I got to get on Herm Edwards. I think the guy's a great coach, but I got to get on him for his plantation mindset. Today on NFL Live, there was a discussion that turned into a heated debate about the coach Chip Kelly and some comments that Shady McCoy said about him. Now, if you guys are not familiar with, sports or NFL or whatever, we had a character named Riley Cooper that was on the Philadelphia Eagles that was throwing around the word nigger like it was cupcakes. Nothing happened to him. I think he got suspended for maybe about 2 days, if that. Next thing we knew, the guy was at practice. Nothing happened to this guy. He wasn't reprimanded. He's still able to come out here, collect a paycheck, and play in the NFL. But we had guys like Deshaun Jackson who basically was accused of associating or being a part of a gang that were total just allegations, which were incorrect allegations, because anybody who grew up in LA or you're familiar with the LA lifestyle, hell, we all know somebody that's a part of a gang or affiliated with a gang. It might be a cousin, it might be an uncle, it can be anybody. It might be your friend from high school. We just know because the historical background of gangs started in LA. So you got a lot of cats that, it's just you wind up just knowing somebody who's a part of it. That doesn't mean that you're out there, doing drive-bys or affiliating yourself with gang activity, but it just means, hell, that's my cousin. Or, these are guys that I grew up with. So they traded him. Then there was an issue with Shady McCoy. Traded him. And there's been issues with DeMarco Murray. He's had his issues with the Philadelphia Eagles. So a question was posed to the panel like, Shady McCoy might be right about having certain thoughts or having certain opinions about Chip Kelly, considering that the minute there's an issue with star players, these are not scrubs. Guys like Deshaun Jackson, Shady McCoy, these guys are star players. And considering that you will easily get rid of these guys or trade them for an allegation because you don't like their personality, so to say, but then you'll keep a guy like Riley Cooper, a guy that's displayed racism, that can ultimately bring destruction to the team, and in that locker room, nothing's happening to him. But I'm going to go ahead and play this, this panel for you guys. The volume is a little shaky. It is a little kind of somewhat of a lengthy video, but I got to show pretty much all of it for you guys to grasp what was going on. And I want you guys to listen to what Herm Edwards was saying, because this is a guy that, he somewhat has a plantation mindset, as if players can't speak up for themselves. Players can't have a mindset. And every time, we complain about these black players not standing up or, not being down with the community, et cetera, but we got forces, whether it's these coons out here, whether it's these guys with a plantation mindset, or whether it's just the sports industry or the media in general that try to stop these guys from standing up or speaking out on certain things. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the discussion, and I'll come back with my commentary.
When they shipped him out to NFC East, they cut him off. And basically he signs with the Washington Redskins and whatnot. It all started then, and I think the talk about Chip Kelly being, trouble with black athletes. I think that's when it all started stirring. And then when Shady got traded to Buffalo, Macklin was gone. All these other players that were big time football players moved on. I think that's when you saw Shady McCoy start having this problem, this big issue with the fact that, and listen, Shady McCoy is a guy from that area. Yeah. This is a home to him. Right. So I think he took it extremely personal by the fact of them trading him away. So I can understand that there's going to be some animosity. Maybe you shouldn't voice it this way, but there's going to be some animosity. I don't care if we like it or not. Shady McCoy is his own person. He never minces words, and he said what he had to say.
And I get all that, but it's not about you. It's really not. It's about the game you play. It's about being a professional. Look, I was mad for 10 years when I lined up at corner, and every other team in the National Football League didn't draft me. So I get what they're saying. You hate to be disrespected by a coach. When a coach thinks, well, you don't fit my system. Well, you got something to prove. Well, go ahead and prove it. You ain't got to talk about it. Just go out and go play. Play football, man. All this other nonsense, it's a shame, because that's all we're talking about. We're talking about two teams right now that are trying. One's trying to win the division. Right. The other one's trying to get in the play. And we're talking about two disgruntled running backs.
Yeah, but you know what?
Stars.
it's normally wide receivers.
Yes.
Or the divas.
Wide redivas. Let's call it what wide redivas. It's normally them.
It is, but I still think when you look at the situation as a whole, this team was ripe with talent. Jeremy Maclin is a great football player.
We're seeing that.
Deshaun
Jackson is still a home run.
I mean,
when he's not running backwards.
I mean, you have to ask yourself, if you're a player in that locker room,
Yes.
why? Why are these guys being shipped off? Why are our
Because
top
they
guys
didn't
being
fit the
shipped off?
mold of what the coach wanted to do. You played for coaches that you disagreed with. I played with coaches where I left the university because I didn't like the coach. Flat left. Didn't tell him I was going. Beat the horn when I was driving by the facility and went somewhere else. Okay? But I didn't sit there and bellyache about it.
But you
All right,
know,
go to your corners, man. Go to
you
your
didn't
corners.
have social media the way Shady McCoy has it. And you don't have mics in your face the way Shady McCoy, the way Deshaun Jackson, and all. I think this is a different.
Hey, Dad, you see that button right there? You know what to say? Don't press send.
But this is a different era than even when I played.
Yep.
It's
changed dramatically.
I mean, players have a voice, and they can
have a voice.
I know, but
I'm okay with it.
It is different now. There are
is
many
different.
more platforms for them to express that.
Exactly, and they have been absolutely. And do I agree with Shady McCoy? No, Coach. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with him voicing his opinion that way. But again, we're not talking about Darren Woodson. We're not talking about Herm Edwards. We're talking about Shady McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, those type of players. They are in a different light in today's game.
They are. But you know what? You're still a professional football player.
That's
You're
true.
a professional, man.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Don't lose sight of that.
Can we throw this into the mix here? And I know at some point they're going to be yelling at us, but this is really good stuff.
I'm done.
Shady
I'm
McCoy.
done. I'm done with all this, man. I'm done.
No.
And you asked me, you want to go back and coach? No, I don't want to coach there. Because this ain't professional football, man. It ain't about you. It's not about you anymore.
It's true.
The players think it's all about them.
Exactly, but that's the.
It ain't about them. It's about the game of football, man.
Let me ask you this then, because I've never seen you this passionate, and you were a passionate person. Is it possible, because of who is coaching the Buffalo Bills and the way he likes to coach and the way he likes to talk, that perhaps some of these players, a la Shady McCoy, who has these different platforms, feels empowered to say whatever it is he wants to say?
I don't know that so much. I just think that we give players passes. Because what we do for a living, media, we love this. This hurts me when I had to see players do this. It just hurts me. And I'm a part of the media.
What about it hurts you the most?
It hurts me that they put their own identity, their own egos in front of the team. Because this is a team game, man. It's always been that way. And it's about the guys in your locker room. It's about the guys not have to stand there and ask the question, you hear what Shady said about your coach? They ain't talking about football. They're talking about nonsense.
Well,
It ain't the game of football, Trey.
I can't disagree with you.
If I didn't work it, I'd walk off this thing right now. 'Cause I'm tired of talking about this mess about these players, man.
Well, please
It's
don't.
driving me crazy.
Because we have about 49 minutes left in the show. And you've been a good...
All right, so you guys heard, this emotional rant by Herm Edwards, and I mean, goddamn, he was about to have a stroke. He was foaming at the mouth and shit, getting all emotional. It's okay, man. Calm down. You're gonna have a goddamn stroke, getting upset. But I don't agree with what Herm Edwards said. The thing is that if we allow coaches to come out and voice their opinions and their thoughts about certain players, whether it's what they do on or off the field or court, however you want to twist and turn it, then the players should have the right to come out and voice their thoughts and opinions on things. See, and this is why a lot of black Americans have been advocating for us to branch off and do our own thing and start our own leagues. The American dream is not to get up every morning, go to work and slave for somebody else and work year after year. You get so old to where you can't work anymore, and then you have a $2 retirement check and then you die. That's not the American dream, okay? American dream is to work until you're able to gain some type of financial strength so you can branch off and do your own thing. Now, these cats make millions and billions of dollars a year. We can invest, save up, and start our own league. We won't have to deal with racist ass coaches like Chip Kelly or undercover racists. Now me, I would have been more blunter than Shady McCoy. I would have said, yo, I was over there, Deshaun Jackson was over there. It's no coincidence that star black players are being shipped off and traded from that squad, but you got guys like Riley Cooper who has displayed racist tendencies, and he's still on the squad. He's still able to make money and be on the team. I would have been even more blunt with it. And this is why, we just got to branch out. We got to do our own thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. This is something that will take at least 10 years before it's actually up and running. Because, you do have the powers of being. You have the NFL and all the other leagues of sources that will try to diminish what you're trying to start. But it is possible and it can happen. The NFL and all these jokers out here, a lot of them display racist tendencies. Not all of them, but the whole organization is racist. And they love you as long as you're able to go out there and make money. But the minute you try to stand up, you say, yo, I have a problem with this, or I want to voice my opinion on this, or I want to stand for this, or I want to stand with my community because I see an issue and I can take my celebrity and my star status and make a difference. The minute you stand up and you do that, it's a problem. They want you to sit your black ass down. They don't want you to open your mouth. You got plantation, coon ass mindset people like Herm who say, oh, just play the game. Just be quiet. The coach has the authority. Just shut up and play the game. That's bullshit. You come to work just like me. You trying to collect the check so you can take care of your family just like me. Why should that coach be the only one that can stand up and speak on people? So I don't agree with him, and I think, it's a level of cooning, and it just shows that a lot of our people, when they get these certain positions or they get around white folks, they mindset starts to switch and they start to take on the so-called dominant society's mindset. But you guys give me your feedback on this. I think it's complete bullshit. And, I can't rock with Herm on this one. Like I said, I respect the brother for what he's done for, professional sports and as a coach, but I can't rock with him on this.